Michael is a former IRA prisoner. He was convicted of murdering a police officer.
25,000 of us have been through the prisons for our actions against the British state during the conflict.
A face-to-face meeting would have been unthinkable before peace.
Hi, Dunley.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Together, they talked about the Troubles outside an old army barracks in West Belfast.
So this would have been the responsibility of a company from a 2-year battalion.
Yeah, I'm learning every day.
A total of 300,000 soldiers were sent to Northern Ireland. 1,400 were killed here. Operation Banner was the longest continuous deployment for British troops. But Lee and Michael agree that veterans alone cannot be granted immunity from historical prosecutions.
They know by calling for an amnesty for British soldiers, it becomes a de facto amnesty for all. If they're calling for an amnesty, be honest about what that really means. And that means an amnesty for British soldiers means an amnesty for all.
I would rather have an information retrieval process where families can find out information which they're seeking. And you hear that what most families are wanting to know is the why.
The British Army's welcome was short-lived. Events like Bloody Sunday, when the Parachute Regiment shot 13 civilians dead in Londonderry, swelled the ranks of the IRA. But the passage of time has forged unlikely partnerships in the pursuit of truth.
We don't know these people as human beings. We only knew them as uniforms. But you got to reconcile, come to terms with the past and maybe be building as whatever you can at our low level for the future.
As I moved further away from the events, I was able to look at them from a more detached viewpoint. And I suddenly realised that the black and white picture I'd been given, I needed to find the nuance.
Mechanisms for addressing the legacy of the past were put out for public consultation. A clear majority opposed an amnesty of any kind. The victims on both sides are simply not prepared to sacrifice their right to pursue justice. The past is never far from the present here, but this conversation could not be further from the violence once witnessed on these streets.